And looking back today, what kept you moving during those difficult challenges you faced while you were transitioning from your college towards becoming a lawyer and having a journey in politics?
See, after completing my graduation in law,
Yeah.
I joined the Chamber of Justice Ferdinand Rebello, and I was a junior, and I was associated with this
So
chamber.
before that, why did you decide to have career in law before politics?
That's a interesting question. I always thought that law is one field wherein you can help the people, you can serve the community also,
Okay,
you can take up their
that's
causes,
true.
you can make money,
Mm.
absolutely no issue. I would say that law, AI coming into legal profession, it will definitely help
Okay.
in the sense that, like, law requires lot of research, lot of reading,
Hmm.
lot of understanding the various aspects. Let us assume take a case like wherein you have a issue to be argued in the court. Now you have your own viewpoint that which the client has. You are representing a client, so the
Yeah.
client has told you about this is how what my case is. But there are various facets also. So for that, you need to have the references of the various judgments or the case studies also,
Right.
wherein the High Court has said something, Supreme Court has said something. So AI is one thing wherein the AI would definitely help you. So in searching, in understanding the law, in
Hi, this is Muskan Puri, and I'm your host at Winning Brew Podcast, where we brew fresh, bold, inspiring stories just for you. Before we dive into today's episode, make sure you hit the subscribe button so that we can continue to bring such fresh, bold stories for you every time. Thanks and enjoy the video. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Winning Brew. I'm your host, Muskan Puri, and today we have a very prestigious guest with us. Today we have Mr. Advocate Narendra Savaikar, who is a lawyer, a former member of parliament from South Goa, and currently a commissioner of NRI Affairs in the government of Goa, and also the BJP party office bearer. With decades of experience in law, politics, leadership, he has served key leadership roles, including being the chairman of Goa State Law Commission and member of Lok Sabha representing South Goa. Today we'll explore his journey and life lessons which he's had in leadership, government, governance, and his vision for the future. Mr. Savaikar, thank you so much for
yeah,
joining us here today. It's a
thank you.
pleasure and honor to have you with us. I was studying about your background, and there was no mention of politics in your background, like from you came originally, you grew up. So, may I know what thought process led you that you decided, I want to go into the political field?
See, I come from basically a joint family and with the agricultural background. But besides that, my one of my uncles, he was a doctor. My father, he was an agriculturist graduate, and he was an agriculturist. By and so my uncle also was an agriculturist. But the place from where I come from, uh, my family was related. In fact, was associated with the local politics in the sense that my grandfather, my uncle, they were the punch members or the sarpanch of the local village panchayat over where we grew up and we stayed. So that is how, in fact, still panchayat is a totally a different journey altogether.
Yeah.
So, but still, I would say that I used to go with my uncle for the campaigning, or otherwise, I used to see him interacting with the
Okay.
people when they used to come to our place. So that is how it is. But that's all. But so far as I always had a passion for politics. I always thought about politics. I read a lot about politics.
Okay.
I still maintain that.
Mm.
I read autobiographies also of the politicians also,
Mm.
which I have been doing quite. Uh, so that is how it all started. In fact, I always had a passion for the
Passion.
politics. Yeah.
Who was that one inspiring person who you got inspired looking for in politics?
Well, so far as the politics is concerned, I would say that it is Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who was a tall leader by
Yeah.
himself. So I was always inspired with his thoughts, with his actions, with his approach and attitude also. And in Goa, so far as Goa is concerned, it's Manohar Parrikar always. So
Mm.
these are the two tall leaders who always inspired me.
That is great. And what were some of the biggest struggles and challenges you faced while you were making your transition in, I would say in college, I think you started, right, representing the youth in politics. So, how was that journey about? What challenges you faced while you were in college and trying to do the political work?
See, I have always been, I always contested all the elections in the college, right from the
Okay.
as a college class representative, or for that matter, the university representative,
Mm.
or for that matter, I was even the chairman of the Goa University Students' Council for a year or
Yes.
two. So that is how my journey began. But my journey started with Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad.
Okay.
We came across Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad with some of the issues that students faced.
Mm-hmm.
And that is how, in fact, my journey started with the student movement. And later on in Goa, we came across various kinds of issue. It was in 1985, 86 onwards, which I would say. During that time, there was a lot of student activity within the campus, outside the campus also. The students used to come together. They used to make representations. They used to fight for their cause. So that was always been there, and so in fact we were a part of it.
Okay.
So we used to take up those issues. We used to fight for them also. So that is how I got involved into the student activities, I would say that. And besides that, ABUP, or the Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad, which was there. So it was one of the guiding force, which always guided us. Like in a student movement, if you become a part of the student movement without any discipline, then it would lead to something else.
Right.
So ABUP was one of the organizations which helped us to grow, which motivated us, which guided us throughout my college activities and the life. So with me, there was around a group of around, I would say that 10-15 students that time, during my period, my contemporaries, which the number grew up later on.
They were competing against you or they were with you?
No, with me,
With
with
you.
me, with
Okay.
me, from the different colleges, various
Okay.
colleges. So we contested elections, we led agitations, we successfully uh, fought for the students' cause. So that is how my journey was during the college days. Yeah.
Okay. Let's say if I'm in college and I want to become the head of the president committee in my college,
Mm.
the first thought that would come to my mind is, will people support me? And of course, there will be people who may not support me and would
Mm,
want to create
mm,
some
mm, mm,
challenges.
mm.
What should my thinking be before stepping into such a stance?
See, before stepping, I would always say that when for the first time when I contested the elections, I still remember, maybe I was in 11th or 12th standard. It just struck me, yes, I want to contest the elections, and irrespective of the fact whether the votes would be in my favor, or who would be competing against me, who would be contesting the elections, whether will I win the elections, what would be the result. Irrespective of that, I contested the elections.
Okay.
And but for that, see, in social activities, or for that matter in any elections, I would say, you have to struggle a lot. So that struggle teaches you a lot.
Okay.
So when I still remember, for the first time when I contested the elections in college, I won by around 5 to 6 votes.
Okay.
So, but later on the margin grew, then even right up to the parliament elections. But that is how it's all started. So I would always say that if you want to, then you should have a passion to serve the people. You should have a passion to take people together
Yes.
along with you, and the journey begins. The journey starts. The people
Right.
will support you always.
So the passion needs to be more than the fear of, not being
Absolutely,
liked.
absolutely.
Okay. And looking back today, what kept you moving during those difficult challenges you faced while you were transitioning from your college towards becoming a lawyer and having a journey in politics?
See, after completing my graduation in law,
Yeah.
I joined the Chamber of Justice Ferdinand Rebello, and I was a junior, and I was associated with this
So
chamber.
before that, why did you decide to have career in law before politics?
That's a interesting question. I always thought that the law is one field wherein you can help the people, you can serve the community also,
Okay.
you can take up their
That's
causes,
true.
you can make money,
Mm.
absolutely no issue. But at the same time, you can take up their issues, you can fight for them. Like now, the public interest litigation has developed, but it was during that time that it was just at the developing stage, but still. So I always felt that if you take up the legal profession, then in the legal profession, uh, I myself is an art student. So therefore, it always helped me in the
Yeah.
legal profession also. There are people who have from the different streams also, they come and join the legal profession, but still. And so therefore, that is how the passion was. So I felt that I should be a lawyer.
Lawyer.
So after my completing my degree, then I joined the Mr. Revelos Chamber. I was a junior with him for some time. Later on, he was elevated as the judge of the Bombay High Court. But during that time, uh, see, during initial stages, you should to be a lawyer is not so simple.
Yeah, it's
You have to struggle a lot,
and you have to learn a
learn
lot.
a lot. You have to learn a lot. Like sometimes we used to come to the office at around 7:30 a.m. Morning, and we used to leave the office at around 9:30, 10:30 also. So whole day we used to be in the office, and we used to struggle. We used to study, and that time there were no like how you have laptops today or the internet accessibility also. So you have to read a lot also. So you have to take down the notes, make the references. You have to study
Yeah,
study the
study a
material,
lot
so
basically. Yes.
discuss with your clients.
Yeah.
Otherwise, nowadays you can even discuss with your clients on the telephone, or otherwise, for that matter, the you can have a WhatsApp call also. But that was not possible
Not
that
all.
time also.
Yes.
So we had to do that also.
Hmm.
Uh, but initially, maybe around a struggle of around 5 to 6 years or 8 years also. So 5 to 6 years or 7 years. But later on, people start having trust in you. They start engaging you.
Yeah.
So that is how slowly you build up your practice,
Yes.
and you get established in the
Yeah.
legal profession also. Yeah.
So, sorry, I'll be deviating a little bit
Yeah, sure.
from the ongoing questions, but do you see with this AI coming in, you see the future of law is bright, or it can be replaced by AI?
No, I would say that AI coming into legal profession, it will definitely help,
Okay.
in the sense that, like, law requires lot of research, lot of reading,
Hmm.
lot of understanding the various aspects. Let us assume take a case wherein you have a issue to be argued in the court. Now you have your own viewpoint that which the client has. You are representing a client, so the
Yeah.
client has told you about this is what my case is. But there are various facets also. So for that, you need to have the references of the various judgments or the case studies also,
Right.
wherein the High Court has said something, Supreme Court has said something. So AI is one thing wherein the AI would definitely help you. So in searching, in understanding the law,
But it can
in
never replace a lawyer.
definitely not,
Not.
definitely not,
Because at
definitely
the
not.
end, it's human.
It's a human.
Okay.
So you have to have your own intelligence, and your own intelligence will definitely help you in representing your case, the case of your client, in a better way.
Better way.
So not the AI, definitely. Because if I'm not mistaken, you might have come across maybe around month or 2 months back, it was reported in the some newspaper, Times of India or Indian Express, wherein uh, somebody took assistance of AI in preparing the reply. So
Okay.
it was filed before the court.
Yeah.
Then the court said, "What is this?" Because the AI referred to some of the judgments which were not at all reported.
Oh.
So AI manufactured the judgments so that it could suit the case of the client.
Yeah.
So AI also can play a mischief,
Yeah.
but not the human mind. Human
Not
mind can play a mischief, but it is ultimately a human mind.
Yes.
So if you allow the AI to replace the human mind, then this would be the state of
Yes.
affairs. Yeah,
So it cannot
it
replace
cannot
completely.
replace.
That's and what are the misconceptions people usually have about politicians? One of them being that they are in power, so they may always not listen. But when you finished your law and you were entering into politics, did you face any setbacks or any challenges from your family or people? Like, why are you going in politics? You already are a lawyer. It's a well settled business. There are risks to being a politician.
Uh, Initially, I was not into the electoral politics. I was into the organizational activities of the political party, that is Bharatiya Janata Party. So, as an office bearer, I used to visit constituencies. I used to talk to the people. I used to talk to the karyakartas. I used to interact with them. We used to build up the organization. Well, there are challenges. Sometimes your friends or sometimes your relatives will tell you, Naren, you have such a beautiful practice now that you are settled. So that's an area wherein, because sometimes people used to tell me, one of my seniors, in fact, he told me, the two P's cannot go together,
Yeah.
politics and profession.
Yes.
That's what he told me. So either you will have to choose, either whether it's a politics or whether it's profession, and it's true. In fact, it can't go together, because profession is also taxing and the politics is also taxing,
Taxing.
both ways.
True.
So to that extent, I always felt, but still, since I had a passion for the political journey,
Yeah.
so it all started with that. And after having practiced in the High Court for almost for 16, 17 years, uh, in 2009, for the first time, I contested the parliament elections, which I lost. And in 2014, then when I recontested again, I won the contest. So I think there are always struggles. So you have to overcome the struggles
But you
also.
decided to let go of the law practice and go ahead in politics.
You can't, because it's not possible at a
Right.
time.
To do both
Go
at
to
once.
both
It's
bros.
really
You have to
taxing.
give justice
Yes.
either to your client and to your electorate also.
Absolutely.
So it can't go together.
Together.
Yeah, that
Right.
is how it is.
And so again, slightly before moving on to the next segment, when you were a judge, in the High Court, or you were representing clients
Yeah,
on your behalf,
lawyer.
lawyer. So at that particular point of time, were there any like crucial moments where you felt like as it could be a final end to your journey? Because every person has certain points in their career where they feel I just cannot keep going with this type of, work every day. Did you ever face any? Because and lawyer's job is really difficult.
Mm.
You come up with so many difficult cases every day
Mm.
and you have to defend them. So was there any time like that in your life?
No, every case is a challenge to you, for
Yeah.
you. And somebody who has a passion to work as a lawyer, then he has to take up that challenge.
Yeah.
See, there are always ups and downs. You can't win every matter.
Correct.
You can't have your every order in your favor.
Yeah.
Sometimes the judges also, they have a different view of the matter. Sometimes you also come across the matters wherein you have a good case, but sometimes the other party also, they have a case better than you, which we are not aware. Otherwise, you are not briefed by your own client also. It so happens that in the court, when array, this was it.
Yeah.
I was not aware.
Yeah.
It happens, but it doesn't demotivate you. In fact, what motivates you is that every step is a learning.
Okay.
So every step is a learning. Okay, chalo, this is what I have faced today. So let us overcome. Let us study it better. So I can put it across in a better way in the next on the next time. So that is how it is. So the journey is a continuous story, and I would feel that irrespective whether you win a matter or lose a matter, whether you get an order in favor or not, but it's a challenge every day, and it's
Learning.
more and more learning
Learning.
every day. So that
Right.
is that is how I look at it.
A little bit controversial question, but do you think sometimes judges can be biased? Sometimes.
See, everybody is a human being.
Hmm.
Everyone is a human being. But like see, if I represent my client, and I have my own way of putting across the case, and the judge may have its own view about the matter.
Okay.
So then you would say that, or otherwise the client would say that no, judge was biased, or he will say that if you agree to it, then it's the
Then
end
no
of the
one can
matter.
change
Yeah,
it.
no, it's not that way. Suppose if I was also, I would have been a judge tomorrow. Then I could have also taken a different view in the same matter also.
Yeah.
So that is always possible.
So it's a human perception.
It's a human perception. So you can't judge a judge based on his based on his views, or based on his expressions, or based on his judgments that he has delivered.
Yeah.
So it's not that. So nobody is perfect, but at the same time, I can't say that everybody is biased.
Right. I totally agree. It's all about the perception. And what is your take on the duration of the cases in India taking so long in courts to be, finally coming to an end?
Mm.
Because I personally know there are people in my life who've been going to the court every day for the same issue that was raised 7, 10 years ago.
Mm.
What is your perception on that?
You see, what I feel that we are following a particular procedure, which has been which we have accepted. Like our constitution, it is one of the most flexible constitutions in the world,
Yes.
one of the lengthiest constitutions in the world. So the every law that we have, the source is from the constitution is the source, right? Now, how the laws are made? Laws are made on basis of what is going on in the society. Based on that, in fact, the legislature makes the law. Now you have to follow a procedure. So that procedure sometimes take quite some time, like evidence stage. In
Yeah.
evidence stage, now you have a witness to you examine. You have to cross-examine him. You have to produce the documents. Documents also have to be verified. The documents also have to, on the basis of the documents, you have to cross-examine somebody. So, and you have to follow the hierarchy also.
Yeah.
Like if suppose it's a trial court, from then the district court, from district court to, but you can't stop somebody, because if something goes against me, I've got every right to appeal against that.
Yes.
So I have to appeal, so that you can't take away my right. So I have to appeal. Maybe in a small matter or in a big matter, maybe in a miscellaneous application or otherwise in some adverse order against me. So I have every right to appeal against that. So that is how sometimes the cases take too long.
Okay.
It's not that every case it takes too long, but like more particularly like civil cases or otherwise wherein the civil disputes are there amongst the parties. So therein sometimes they take quite a long time, but it happens. But you can't avoid it, because that is how the system is presently.
Okay. So, would you want to share any interesting case that you worked upon which you still remember has an imprint on your mind and has changed you in a biggest way?
I'll tell you. Good question. Suddenly, a case that suddenly struck me was it was a teacher's case, and she had an issue regarding this was years back, but I still remember she came to me and she said some issue, but it was a very to say that transfer matter or something like that, but a very short point involved. And my petition was also running around say 4 pages, not more than that. Sometimes you have to voluminous pages also,
Yeah.
not even more, not no, four pages. I still remember. And I since it was there was urgency involved, I mentioned the matter for urgent hearing, and the judge was pleased to take up the matter. So the matter was taken up. He himself was convinced, and the petition was decided in one day.
But what was the case?
I don't remember exactly, but it was some transfer matter or some injustice that was done to that lady
Teacher. Okay.
teacher. So we felt that there was a ground, and that has to be addressed.
Yeah.
And the judge took it up, and judge passed the order. First thing was that he passed a stay order on the operation of the order which was issued by the department. And subsequently in the next hearing, judge disposed of the petition just 2 days. Within 2 days, she was so happy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. So I still remember, because sometimes it so happens that judge also said that it's such a small matter, such a short point, and petition was also not more than 10 pages,
Yeah.
including everything.
Yes.
But still, it was decided in my favor.
So that happiness.
Yeah,
and
that happiness is
you
always
felt
there. It
great.
still lingers in your mind.
That
Yeah.
is amazing. That's great. So I guess we've covered a lot about the law part of your journey. Is there anything you want to add, or we're okay?
Fine.
Great. So we'll move on to the next segment, which is more about your politics career. And you mentioned that you lost the elections once when you were electing for Lok Sabha seat from South Goa, right? What is it that you imbibed in you that you were able to win the next time you tried?
See, that's what I said. Every step is a learning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in 2009, when I lost the elections, for the first time, when I was offered a ticket also in 2009, people, that was my first my entry into the electoral politics. People hardly knew me except for the party workers or for the party organization structure. They knew who Narendra Savaikar is, or otherwise, besides that, some people knew me as a lawyer. But so far as the electoral politics, is a totally a different ball game, in the sense that wherein there are various issues that get involved once you are into the electoral frame. I lost the elections in 2009, but I decided, having given me an opportunity by the party to contest the elections in 2009, so I should not look back now. I should move ahead. So if I have to move ahead, then in that case, I have to continue taking part in the political activities, or otherwise I have to meet the people wherever that I have gone wrong. I have to correct myself. See, sometimes the people judge you on the if you are a candidate, you may have a different opinion about me, he may have a different opinion
Yeah.
about me, somebody. So you have to correct also. That's a journey wherein you have to you have to understand yourself and take a correct posture also. So that also helps you in when you go into the public life. So in 2009 to 2012 to 2014, I actively, in fact, continued with my work. I went to the people, I met them, tried to address their issues. I started building up the organization. I did everything that is possible so that it would require. But in a political system, one is not sure of whether in 2014, still though I was there, whether you will whether you would be offered a ticket or not. But still, the you should not stop with the hard work. You should continue doing that.
Yeah.
So that is how I continued doing that. And 2014, it paid. So the party reposed faith in me, and they offered me the ticket. I again contested the elections. I got
Okay.
with the support of all the leaders and party
Right.
organization also.
बट 2009 में जब आपने वो इलेक्शन वो लूज किया था दैट टाइम आपको कोई ऐसे लोग थे दैट वर पुलिंग यू बैक दैट नो दैट यू कैन नॉट गो इन अहेड
पुलिंग पुलिंग बैक, वो तो पुलिंग बैक ऐसा कोई नहीं रहता है, नहीं है.
Yeah.
लाइक you I think it all depends on how you look at it.
ओके
So कोई पुल करता है, कोई नहीं करता है. So it should not bother you. कोई क्या करना है कि मुझे आगे जाना है, मुझे यदि आगे जाना है तो then everybody is my friend, so I have
Yeah.
to take everyone along.
Yeah, that is a great mindset.
Yeah.
अगर आपने खुद में ही सोच लिया that you
Exactly.
have to go ahead,
Yeah.
anybody that comes.
So ultimately, when it was offered to me, when I was told, Naren, you have to contest the elections or otherwise whatever it is, and having accepted it, so it was my responsibility.
Yeah.
So then I should not this saying that no, ये अभी मुझे मदद नहीं कर रहा है, ये नहीं कर रहा है,
Yeah.
ये नहीं कर रहा है. I have to go ahead
Yes.
because having accepted it, so let us go ahead. That is how it is.
That's a great
Yeah.
outlook. And what did serving the people of South Goa teach you about leadership?
South Goa is a leadership in the sense that see, every constituency there are a lot many issues. It's not that it's a straight wow, 2 plus 2 is 4. It's not a straight formula. So जैसे कि साउथ गोवा में है, इन साउथ गोवा केस like electorate have their own expectations. Now, South Goa consists right from Murgaon, Vasco up till right up to the Kankona, or otherwise from Sangye side to Ponda side. So there are various constituents, and the face of the South Goa constituency also it's quite different from the North Goa also.
How so, sir?
Also, in the sense that there are urban areas, but at the same time there are rural areas. There are Western Ghats.
Yeah.
There are people. There is fishing community. Then there are other people. There are the people from with the various views also.
Okay.
So you have to take everybody along.
Yeah.
So it helps you in understanding the mindset of the people, taking up their issues, addressing them, taking up them to Delhi or otherwise for in the Lok Sabha also. But it definitely helped me in understanding the people's mindset, in understanding their issues and taking up their issues and effectively addressing them in the Lok Sabha.
Sir, I need your help with this answer that you gave.
Yeah.
I'm currently also doing a job at side by side. And in my job, I have to deal with lot of cross-functional teams, which in turn are different types of people with different mindsets. And at the end of the day, I have to get my work done from all of them for, completing of my job. And each one of them are so different that sometimes it becomes challenging to get them together and cooperate and finally work on a solution which will benefit all of us, right? So how did you deal in your case with different mindsets of people? Because sometimes they just refuse to listen to you and you still have to get your work done, in order to
Patience.
benefit. Yes. Patience.
Patience.
How?
Patience
It
is the
is
only
very
answer.
difficult.
Yeah, patience is the only answer
Mm.
because that's what I believe in. Um, Sometimes what you think may not be acceptable to the others, or what
Yes.
they put forward also may not be acceptable to you. But to coming together is more important. In coming together, that's what my parents always told me, that you should have patience, whether you are in public life or wherever that you are in. So patience is the most important thing which helps you in taking people along.
Hmm.
So I think that's the only answer which I always feel, that that is how the so see, because if you come on a table, it's not possible that everybody's mind will meet. That will take time.
Yeah.
So sometimes you will feel that चलो आज बैठे हैं तो इतना एक, there are some four issues. Of the four issues, only we will be able to understand only one issue. We
Hmm.
won't be able to find answer to that first issue also.
Yeah.
Let us take it further. Let us discuss it again. So for that you need to have that temperament.
Patience.
So I
Yes.
always feel that it's a patience that always answers.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And how do you increase this patience in you? Do you do some daily practices or something?
See, the patience is basically it helps you both ways. One is that, as you said it, do you mean to say that it's a yoga or something kind
Yeah,
of thing?
something,
No,
any.
that's okay. Yoga is always there. But at the same time, reading also helps you a lot.
Okay.
Like how the people have dealt with, in the
Hmm.
sense that, assuming that a towering figure, like let us say, as I said, it, Achal Bihari Vajpayee, or Mr. Parrikar for that matter, he also went through the crisis, many a time
Yes,
struggles
many.
also, but he was always successful. Like if you read the autobiography of Abraham Lincoln, then
Hmm.
you would realize that how difficult it was for him, but
Hmm.
still he became the president of the
So it
United
gives you
States of, yeah,
motivation.
motivation.
Yeah.
Or um, there is a book by Carver. There is a Carver. So that that also gives a in depth of uh, analysis of how the mind works, how they overcome the struggles, how do they
Right.
answer the issues. So it also helps you. So yoga, or that mind, your
Meditation.
training of your
Hmm.
mind, it helps you. This is on one side, but at the same time, the reading also helps
Reading
you a
is
lot.
great. All
Yeah.
right. So when these any people who come to you for help or support, and you are in turn dependent on someone else's approval to help them out.
Right.
And if that body or a person is not ready to listen, do you believe in going the sweet way or the difficult, like the threat type of way, if I may phrase it in that way? What do you advise one should do in that position?
I would say that, like, to make work the system, sometimes the people feel ये काम होना है तो then either you have to there are various ways of getting
Hmm.
things done. But I always believe, like, uh, the person who is sitting there opposite to me, he may have his own view about the matter.
Okay.
Whatever that I have told him, and I have requested him that this is how it should
Hmm.
be, but he would say that no, this is not the way it should happen, in another way, whatever it is. But I think it may say take some time, but still the things can be done.
So you always approach like an understanding conversational way rather
Yeah,
than
yeah, definitely the
asking to
things.
escalate if they
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
do it.
yeah.
Okay. I asked this one question to Mr. Sadanand Tanavadeji, who was on our podcast, as to how the environment is inside Rajya Sabha, because we from outside may not get to see. All we see is people are fighting with each other, but he had a different perception. So, according to you, what is that environment inside Lok Sabha that you can share with the audience? Which
Uh,
they may not know, but you know since you have.
yeah, see, in Lok Sabha, it's an 543 member,
Hmm.
543 strength of the Lok Sabha strength. So there are people representing their constituencies, their states. They have their own, like, they have their own issues. Like if I say something from, if I represent a X issue from Goa, that a similar issue from Assam, he may have a different view altogether. It happens. लेकिन ये जो बाहर से लगता है कि उधर सब कैओस रहता है, उधर
Hmm.
सब झगड़ा होता
How?
है एवरी टाइम, ऐसा नहीं होता है. See, there are issues wherein the people agree, wherein in the national interest, in the larger good of the people, they come together, irrespective of the ideology, irrespective of the political thought also. So they come together. It happens.
It
It
happens.
may happens rarely, but it
It
happens.
happens.
But it happens. So and when you are in power, or otherwise when you are in you are a part of the
Mm.
government, that time government puts across its policies, government discusses its policies, that is as per the feedback from the representatives or the feedback from the people. Based on that, the government discusses its policies, which you have to support.
Okay.
So that may be opposed by the opposition also. It's always a part of the democracy. But I think Lok Sabha, or for that matter, any elected representative, any elected body, it always takes into consideration all the views.
Okay.
There may be exchange of ideas, there may be heated arguments also.
Mm.
But uh, in the larger good, in the good of the in the larger good of the society, the sometimes the people come together. That is what I feel.
That's great. A very slightly funny question. Do you ever feel nice that, you and our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi ji, you all share the same first name?
No, like me, I am Narendra Savaikar, but he is Narendra Modi.
Yeah.
There is vast difference between the two, and there are so many Narens. So
Yeah.
even there is Vivekananda was also known as Narendranath Datta.
Yeah.
So
That's a great name. Who's your current leader who really inspires you right now in this phase of your life?
see, uh, I would always say, like as I said it, politically, it's always Atal Bihari Vajpayee and in his national politics. But so far as the administrative part is concerned, or otherwise administration is concerned, Mr. Parrikar was one such person wherein he used to study a matter, he used to, in great detail, he used to
Yeah.
have the uh, in fact, I have seen him studying the matter. If he was not ready with the matter, he would not go ahead, in the sense that he would not move from the table. And so that inspiration is still there, because he always guided us, and he always taught us how to handle a case, how to handle the administration. That always helped me. Yeah.
That always helped
Yeah.
you. Yeah. And I think what I really liked when he was there, I was quite small that time, but I still remember he was very humble and down to earth. He used to go in these small restaurants in Panjim, sit around, say, have his food. That position of power really never, got
Yeah,
anywhere.
Goa is a very small place. See, I'll tell you, to any elected representative in
Yeah.
Goa, he can't take that kind of a posture. Yes, I'm an elected
Hmm.
representative now, so now I won't go to this restaurant, that restaurant. I won't, because accessibility is one of the core this of the Goan politics. Like, if suppose if you are not accessible, then the people will point at you. They would say that na,
Yes.
overload lata. So
Yeah.
in Konkani, as we said it.
Yeah.
So when, Mr. Parrikar used to do it, and everybody, in fact, they have to do it, and they do it.
They do
So
it.
accessibility is more important. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about the future of Goa here, and I have some 2, 3 questions about that. What is the biggest challenge that Goa will face over the next decade, and your view of as to how you'll be stepping into to help?
See, the in next decade or so, uh, the issue is like mm, uh, environment protection is one
Yeah,
issue.
that is true.
Yeah, because the development and environment, like it's not that the Supreme Court also has said in one of the case matters also, development and environment has to go in, and it's not that everything has to be looked upon as a destruction.
Mm.
So if you want to have the development, at the same time there are you may have to bend the ways, otherwise you may have to
Correct.
fell the trees. That happens. But Goa is known for its beauty. There are oceans, there are Western Ghats, there are all kinds of weather that you find in Goa. So that we have to maintain, and for the posterity also.
Yeah.
So that is one of the things. Secondly, we should not lose our identity as a Goan.
Mm.
Identity as a Goan, in the sense that, see, carry a legacy. Like Goan is always known as Sushagad. Sushagad means, it's not that Sushagad in the sense, the true sense of the word. Is that Sushagad means he likes to rest, but at the same time like we have contributed a lot to the society also in various fields.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Mashelkar is from Goa, Lata Mangeshkar is from Goa, Jitendra Abhishek is from Goa, for that matter, Mr. Desai is from Goa. So there are scientists also, and from the various areas, the people that have contributed to this. So that Goan touch, which we should not forget it. So I think that we should preserve.
Preserve.
Yeah, that preserve that identity also, and that Goanness also in our working, that should be preserved. That's what I feel. Yeah.
Okay. What would your message be to the youth of Goa as on today's date?
Work hard.
Why
Work
do you
hard.
say so?
No. I say because sometimes people say that like Goan youth, they want to have easy life, in the sense that sometimes the people, the Goans, the youth think that they want to have the government jobs or the secured jobs or the secured work environment
Yeah.
wherein they can work. But if you want to grow, if you want to develop, or otherwise if you want to move ahead, then the hard work is the only answer. And so you have to work hard. That's what I feel.
Right. Do you think the youth in Goa is somehow overlooking any? They're more tend towards doing a job rather than exploring business opportunities in Goa.
No, there are. No, it's not that. There are some people who maybe, like, the environment is that people want, every youth wants a government job, or for that matter, but there are youths who are into business also, and they are successful entrepreneurs also. So, like in startups, Goa has done extremely well in startups.
Yeah.
Many of the Goan youth, they have contributed a lot. In fact, they have the business, various businesses that are thriving also because of the startups. So, various startups which I'm saying. So that's because of the idea, contribution of the Goan youths. So
Okay.
I won't say that the Goan youths are in fact not taking up the business activities, but they are, and in fact they are doing extremely well.
Okay.
Yeah,
That is great to hear.
yeah.
I'm going to be moving on a little bit about your daily lifestyle because you have done so much in your life and accomplished so much for the people that there is obviously a curiosity, how does a day look like in your life? Do you do something different than the general audience, or what is it? So can you walk us through your daily routine of health and well-being?
Health and well-being. Well, normally our day starts with the meeting with the people.
Okay.
So it starts at around 8:30. The first, when we get the first knock on our door.
Yeah.
So we have to open the door. We have to be ready. We have to meet the people. But before that, I have a habit of getting up at around 5 o'clock or 5:30 every day.
Okay.
So that helps me a lot.
Okay.
So I dedicate that time from 5 onwards for my daily routine, and particularly I do cycling.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Then yoga.
Mm-hmm.
Then some, I would say, that mind training.
Yeah.
So that helps me a lot, and that helps me keeping myself fit mentally as well as physically also. So that's my daily routine.
That's
And
it.
later on, so far as the food is concerned, I don't know whether I would reach for a lunch today or have my dinner today at home. It all depends, because once we go in a social life or in a political life, once we leave the house, then one doesn't know what time you would reach. So then your family calls you up. Then they said, "Are you going to come for a dinner or lunch, whatever it may be?" Then if you are there, then you would say yes. Otherwise, no. But I try to control my food habit, but at most possible. But sometimes it's not possible. Sometimes you can't
Yeah.
do that. But that's how my daily routine is. But first morning 2 hours, 2.5 hours are mine.
Yours.
Yeah.
That's very important. Yeah. What is your favorite part about Goa? Your personally favorite, which you take great pride in knowing, and that's like helps you a lot.
Goa is a very small place, 3,702 square kilometers of land. As I said it, we have Western Ghats on one side, we have ocean on other side. Nowhere in India you would find this. One, we have all the three seasons. We have rainy, we have winter season, and we have extreme heat also. We have organic by default. We have organic kuragar kind of a system wherein if you must have visited, wherein there is a mixed crop horticultural cultivation. So we have that in Goa. We have unique culture, maybe because of the various reasons, but we have that. The food style also we have different. So I think in many ways Goa is quite different. And if you visit from Pernem to Kankon, at every step you would realize, oh, this is Goa, this is Goa, this is Goa. Like in the language, the
Yeah,
accent would differ.
would differ.
Accent right from Pernem to Kankon, the accent
It's
would differ.
beautiful. Yeah.
The culture would differ.
Mm.
Within 100 kilometers, you would find that, oh, this is like what you find in Pernem, you may not find in Mapsam, you may not find in Panjim, or you may not find in Kankon. And that is Goa.
That's
And that's what I,
that's beautiful.
yeah.
Now the final question, and we want this one from you in Konkani. So, if a young Goan watches our conversation 20 years from now on, what would you want them to remember from Narendra Savaikar in Goan, in Konkani language?
Oh,
Yeah. Or your final message to our audience who are watching.
गोंय आमचें जें आसा, जें आमकां इतल्या वर्सांनी आमी सगळ्यांनी मेळून उबें केलां, राखलां, तें आमी सगळ्यांनी राखूंक जाय. आमची गोंयची एक जी वळख आसा, ती वळख आमची गोंयची आमी सगळ्यांनी मेळून सांबाळूं जाय. आनीक आमचे भितरलें जें गोंयकारपण आसा, हें गोंयकारपण जें आसा, हें गोंयकारपण अशेंच तिगून उरूं, सांबाळून उरूं, आनी तें सांबाळून दवरपाची आमची प्रत्येकाची जबाबदारी आसा, आनी तें आमी सांबाळून दवरुया, आनी तें दवरतले हो विश्वास म्हाका आसा.
Awesome. That is great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank you.
Sayavaikar, for coming on our podcast and addressing the audience, sharing wonderful insights. So I also read that you're also associated with the corporate movement in Goa and also supporting the NRIs who are based out of Goa. So what is your take on that, and would you share some views on the same?
So basically, those are two different activities. Like there is one Goa Bagaitdar Cooperative Society, which is one of the largest cooperative societies in Goa. We have around 12,000 farmers. They are the members of this cooperative society. So I have been associated with that organization for quite some time now. I think the cooperation is one such thing wherein the people from all various fields, they come together, and with one objective, with one motto, to help one another. And that is how you in fact the cooperation moves ahead. So that's why it is called as sahakar. In as you put it, say sahakar, in the sense that sahakarya,
Okay.
that sahakar, that cooperation. So I have been associated with that cooperative movement quite some time, and I'm happy that we have been supporting the people. We have been helping the people a lot. So far as the NRI is concerned, that's an assignment which I took over around in 2019, and for last almost now 7 years, I have been working as a commissioner for NRI Affairs, Government of Goa. So like Goan diaspora is spread over in various countries like in UK, Canada, or whichever part, or Middle East, or
Where was the most population of Goans in outside?
You will find it in UAE.
UAE?
You would find it in Middle East. You would find it in Canada,
Okay.
UK for that matter. So even in for that matter, USA also you have them. So there are people, Goans, there are associations. In Australia, we have the very fantastic associations in Australia, also Goans who are settled over there. So normally, as a NRI commissioner, it's our commissionerate, it's our duty to help those people who are settled over there of Goan origin. So there are various issues that we come across. We try to help them through the embassies, through the taking up their issues with the External Affairs Ministry or the Home Affairs also sometimes. And Goa government is always willing to extend help or possible ways. There are seafarers. Those seafarers are they work, in fact, they are the, they are the, I would say that they help in moving our economy. So the seafarers, many of them from Goa, they contribute a lot in the seafarer. This also.
So, what are seafarers?
Seafarers, they work normally in the merchant navy, there as a merchant navy
Oh, okay.
or cruise ships also.
Hmm.
So they take up jobs over there. And Goa has that got tradition wherein those people, they take up this job, like they go ahead, they go to the various like in cruise ships or otherwise the merchant navy, and they have been serving the people, the humanity at large also, and even the trade and commerce also. So we take up their issues, we help them.
Oh,
So
that's
that is
amazing.
of the NRI, like during COVID times.
Yeah.
COVID times, many people from the outside, they wanted to visit Goa, come down to Goa, because there were crises across. So that time also NRI Commission stepped in. We also helped them during Ukraine crisis. Also, there were Goans who were studying in Ukraine. That time also 21 Goan students who were studying over there. We helped them to bring them back to their end so that they could meet their parents. So that is how we have been doing it, NRI Commission. So on one hand, it's cooperation, which is my again a passion, another passion, and another NRI Commission in another one. Though it's a government assignment, but still I have been trying to help the people on both the ways. Thank you.
That is amazing. And so, with the recent the Iran war that is currently ongoing with US, are there any Goans that are impacted? And if so, how?
Very few, very few. Those who have come directly, whatever the information that we have, some very few people who were over there, they have returned back.
Okay,
Yeah,
safely.
but safely. There were some people, they were working on tankers also. So they're safe. They are safe. In
They're
fact,
safe and
yeah,
sound.
they're
That is
safe.
great to
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was an honor to have you. Is there anything else that you would like to share? Oh, you think we have covered everything?
You have covered everything.
That is
You have
great.
covered
Awesome.
everything.
Hope your experience was good. As
Yeah, it
yeah,
was
great.
definitely.
So thank you, audience, for watching today's episode, and I promise we'll be back with such more interesting conversations ahead. Please do feel free to share your feedback on how the conversations are going and how you're finding it, and do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. So see you until next time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We hope you really enjoyed today's video, and for us to be able to get you such inspiring stories every day, make sure that you really hit that subscribe button today and now. And also, if this video was able to help you even a little bit in any area of your life, then please do share it with someone to whom it can also make an impact. Until then, drop in your comments as well so that we get feedback from you and we're able to improve and bring in the best content, because in the end, this is all just for you. So thank you and stay tuned.